Mr. Kodia, first of all, I want to thank you for taking the time for this interview. As far as I am aware, this is your first interview. Today we will discuss the strategic partnership between Azerbaijan and Albania, cooperation in the energy sector and prospects for the future. In 2024, President Ilham Aliyev visited Albania and in return, your Prime Minister Edi Rama visited Azerbaijan. What are the results of these visits in terms of its impact on relations between the two countries? What are your thoughts on future cooperation?
Thank you for the opportunity for this interview. My first time as ambassador in any country, so I'm lucky to be ambassador in Azerbaijan for the first time. As previous Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and now ambassador, I've seen the strengthening of relationships between Azerbaijan and Albania. As you mentioned, the high-level visits of President Aliyev in Albania, Prime Minister Edi Rama in Azerbaijan, President Begay visit, who is also participating in March, he's coming again to Baku, shows the strength and the binding of the two nations and the opportunities that we can develop further. Last year, we had the Economic Commission with both parties from Azerbaijan and Albania. And I'm pleased to say that during COP, there was the fruitful, what happened was the signing of the first memorandum of understanding between SOCAR, the Ministry of Energy of Albania, and Albgas to gasify one of the cities, regions in southeastern Albania, named Korcha. And I'm pleased to say that SOCAR opened now a new office in Albania. And the opportunities and after this signing and the potential investments, it will help to reduce the coal emission in this part of Albania and to see the further strengthening of economic ties in the future.
Azerbaijan and Albania support each other within the UN and other international organizations. In what areas does this political solidarity open up new avenues for cooperation?
Albania and Azerbaijan have a history of mutual support within the United Nations and other international bodies, and being on Azerbaijan's side for its full territorial integrity and its rights within the international framework. So in that regard, Albania and Azerbaijan have shown mutual respect and the furthering of international bodies in the future. Albania and Azerbaijan will strengthen further this positive relationship that they have built so far.
Mr. Kodia, Albania plays an important role in transporting Azerbaijani gas to Europe through the Trans-Adriatic pipeline. Your country is also one of the potential participants in the Ionian Adriatic gas pipeline project. What is the current status of this project, and what role does it play in Albania's energy strategy?
As we have seen, energy security is very important. It is important for function of the economy. It's important for the full function of the project has commenced, and it has been a reliable southern corridor for gas for Europe. And with other meetings we've had in Baku and the importance of also diversifying with Ionian Adriatic pipeline, which will take gas from Albania, the exit point, up to Croatia, going through Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and towards Croatia. This is a 520 kilometers long pipeline, and it puts again the potential of all the countries in energy integration with each other, energy security. And Azerbaijan plays an important role to promote and to facilitate with its know-how as well as investments potentially to make the project successful. So far, there's been agreements between countries, and it's in the preliminary phase to make it happen.
Mr. Kodia, the export of Azerbaijani gas to the Balkans is of great importance for regional stability and energy security. What is Albania's role in this process, and what steps is it taking to strengthen energy security?
Energy, all the Balkan countries, they have different sources of producing energy. For example, Albania remains one of the countries that has used mostly water resources to produce electric energy. We've also diversified to producing with solar panels, which is another important source, and attract private investments in both sources of water as well as solar panel energy. Other countries are dependent on coal to produce energy, so the importance of securing the region with a regional network to provide gas plays an important pivotal role for energy security. And the Balkans integration is important to make the markets work more efficiently and have sources of security energy, which makes Albania important. And we've always played a very positive role and try to promote the integration and open markets in the Balkans.
Mr. Kodia, Albania is both a candidate country for accession to the European Union and a strategic energy partner for Azerbaijan. Some EU member states have criticized Albania for cooperating with Azerbaijan. How does Albania maintain the balance between Azerbaijan and these countries in this context?
Albania, as a European candidate country, is fully aligned, and the all foreign policy and is within the European Union as a big family of EU member states. Azerbaijan plays a very important role in providing energy and gas to Europe. And Albania is committed to aligning with EU policies within their goals, and also not jeopardizing somehow the mutual understanding between all parties. So we've, as a transit country, we are always for cooperation and for regulations which are within the framework of EU markets, but without any whatsoever hindering other partners.
In what sectors can Azerbaijani investors invest in Albania? What incentives has your government offered to attract foreign investors?
I must say that Albania has become an important an important country in terms of tourism. It is now ranked as top destinations in the world for exploring the country. Last year only, it was 12 million tourists, international tourists, who visited Albania. And in comparison, this is a country with 2.6 million inhabitants, and we almost hosted 6 times that population in tourism. So as an important sector, and as still there's umpteen opportunities. There are so many opportunities to invest in providing world-class hotels or other resorts, which would make Albania provide even more competitive infrastructure for the future. So as a sector, and Azerbaijan has the know-how, and it's done some fantastic projects here in Baku, which some of them can be replicated in Albania. And the investors are more than welcomed. The incentives it depends on the project, but there are exemptions for taxes if it is in tourism and in 5-star hotels. There are other facilities to make the projects happen quickly. So I would say that with economic growth of more than 3.5% last year, with the tourism increasing and becoming an important hub, I think as far as I have seen also, and I've talked to the business community here, there's an interest to come and explore the opportunities of investing in Albania. There have been other investments from Azerbaijan in the region, so there is a know-how and they understand the region. So Albania, I hope, will be the next window and destination for Azerbaijan investments.
Mr. Kodia, how did the visa-free regime between Azerbaijan and Albania affect tourism between our countries? Are there any plans to open direct flights between Baku and Tirana, and what impact will this have on the tourism industry?
As I mentioned earlier, tourism for us has become an important sector of the economy, We are in communication with both parties to see how we can help each other in terms of what Azerbaijan has done right or what Albania experiences. Travel agencies, so they get a better understanding of the country. And I think the direct flight is a crucial, important destination for us to visit Azerbaijan, which will make it much easier. But also Tirana, Albania, serves as an important now hub for regional networks in Europe. So from Tirana, after visiting Tirana, maybe other countries in the Balkans, you can travel easily to Italy or Germany. So it's an important avenue and transport hub now. In that regard, I think that tourism is at the early stages for both countries, but I see the potential is tremendous. There are so many similarities between our cultures and our people, and I think and I hope the numbers next year will be much higher than they are at the current level.
Cənab səfir, NATO üzvü
Mr. Kodia, as a NATO member country and a candidate for accession to the European Union, how does Albania assess the events taking place in the South Caucasus? What is your country's position on the normalization of relations between Azerbaijan and Armenia?
mövqeyi nədir?
As a NATO member and EU candidate country, we closely monitor developments in South Caucasus. We support full and peaceful resolutions to any conflicts and uphold the principle, as I mentioned above, of territorial integrity and sovereignty. And with this principle, we would like to see and support the normalization of relationships between Azerbaijan and Armenia, and to find a mutual understanding and peaceful understanding towards the future of both countries. As I mentioned, with the UN Security Council, OSCE, and other organizations, we have fully supported Azerbaijan's territorial integrity, and we are committed to that.
In order for Albania to join the European Union, it must implement political and economic reforms. What are the main challenges you face in this process, and what lessons can Azerbaijan learn from your experience?
European Union remains an important destination for Albania, and geographically speaking, it's very close to us. And in order to be a member of the European Union, each country has its own experiences. There are countries that joined in 2000s who did the preparations early. It was maybe easier. Now in 2025, the criteria is different. So each experience of each country, whenever they join the European Union, is not the same. Said that, I would say that from our perspective, the European Union and the reforms required to be a member are not easy, and you need to be gradual in the reforms. You need to understand the challenges as well as the opportunities of becoming a member of a big country, of a big market. And what has happened is most of the Albanian businesses have adopted. So the fear of a bigger competition was not realized, and regulations or the standards have improved. But it's a slow process, and each country, from its own personal experience, culture, politics, has to have a gradual approach and understand that not every country has the same experience. So I would say that understanding first the challenges and opportunities is the best advice that I could say, and then do the gradual understanding of the reforms or the regulations that you need to change within your own society or economy.
Cənab səfir, Azərbaycan və Albaniya arasında
Various cooperation agreements have been signed between Azerbaijan and Albania in different sectors. Currently, what specific projects are being jointly implemented by the two countries, and what concrete achievements can we expect in the coming years?
gözləyə bilərik.
I'll say that what is important is that the good relationships that we have between our political leaders of both nations is also understood, and is understood more by the public or the people, so that cultural ties are improved further in the future. And we are working towards having mutual exhibitions or cultural events, art events in Baku and in Tirana. I think this is important. Last year there was in Tirana there was 1 week, a cultural week of Azerbaijan. So where in the capital people were informed or exposed towards Azerbaijan culture, and I think that is something that we should continue and enhance further with both countries. As I mentioned, tourism is important, and I'm pleased that so many travel agencies now are promoting Azerbaijan to come and visit the country. And hopefully, once they come here, there are business opportunities or exchanges that people could exchange with each other. And the most important part that is already ongoing is the project in the city of Korcha and the Ionian Adriatic pipeline in the coming months and years. So the energy sector, cultural and tourism, I think, are the good opportunities that could be exposed and explored very, very soon. And I'm pleased so far that I feel at home here, which is something that, if I say it from my experience, maybe all the Azerbaijani citizens, maybe when they visit Albania, will feel the same kind of attachment and bonds. So I'd like to emphasize that, because I think there's a potential that we can increase further.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you once again for this exclusive interview. I hope that cooperation between our countries will be even stronger in the future.
I believe so as well. Thank you.